Bonfire Banter, here we are. We got the NBA episode on here. We're talking doubles. We have Colin Murdian on. He's coming back after that small business episode we had him out here for. So thank you for coming out tonight.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you being back. It's like a freaking tropical paradise since the last time.
It's a lot nicer.
Yeah. It's so comfortable out here.
Only one of my appendages is frostbite right now.
That's good.
Yeah, so we're doing good. Much better than last time.
We have Justin Grant's first time out here.
Hello there.
And it sounds like he wants to jump on the MLB episode, too. He's a big Sox fan, but he's a baseball guy all around.
Sox all day.
And I know Uncle Bad Example is also going to be on that MLB episode. And he's been on a couple times before, and we're going to get his hot takes on some gambling tonight and what he's been betting on. But I kind of wanted to start it off the episode with talking about the current Bulls. And then we'll go back to some of our fond memories of when we were actually a good squad.
Some of us saw it live.
Yeah. Hey.
I saw the second three-peat live.
We saw all of them, but we just didn't appreciate
I remember
them.
the second three. I don't remember the first three.
Yeah, absolutely. What hat is that from? 96?
This is from the 96.
That's a nice one.
This is the 72 and 10 Sonics one.
That's a dope-ass hat.
Yeah. This is actually, so I got, I have the original from 1996, but it's a little old and beat up, and I don't like to wear it too much. So I got this at a game like a couple years ago. They were, you could see the Mitchell and Ness. Yeah. This is a throwback.
Okay.
So this was made, 4 years ago, a replica. But I do have an original one. I just like to keep it under lock and key.
You want to put that in cellophane and leave it on a shelf.
Yeah.
I have the 98 one, the black one with the pendant in the middle where it says 9123 and then
the black one. Yeah.
6, 7,
8. I got this one. I have the 97 one, but those are the only two that I have.
Yeah. But let's talk about this current Bulls. I was posting some questions on Facebook tonight. And the first one I was talking about was, is this Bulls team worthy of a playoff spot? And I'm going to start that with you, Colin. We're all fans here. We'd love to see them in the playoffs. But do you think in this landscape of the NBA right now that they're worthy of one?
I do, and maybe it's because I'm biased, but they clearly have something.
Yeah.
Especially recently, you've seen they've been down a lot, and they've been coming back. I know the other night they did
25-point comeback.
Yeah, but so they clearly, like, if they can just kind of get their first half in order, then yes, absolutely, they're a playoff team.
Yeah.
Super young, but they clearly, I feel like after, Jimmy left, we were kind of stuck in this, like, well, we don't really have, like, a leader.
No identity.
And so that was kind of rough. And then obviously with the coach, they weren't really responding.
Garpax overstayed their welcome.
Yeah, and they weren't, and Hoyer was a great guy, probably a good coach, but I just don't think he was, really resonating with the players.
College coach.
Yeah. But I think now, like, with Levine, we clearly have, like, a guy who
Kobe White.
White. We clearly have kind of like guys that are kind of stepping up as team leaders, and I think, like I said, I think if we could just kind of pull together full quarters, this team is absolutely a playoff team.
Yeah. Okay, and Justin Grant, I know we're kind of talking about this off screen, so I'd like to get your opinion on that too, though. Do you think that they're worthy of a playoff spot?
I do not think they're worthy of a playoff spot.
No.
Not right now, no.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel like it's too much ball watching. It's too much just one person ball in their hands, everybody stuck, glued to the sides.
Isolation.
Too much isolation basketball. I think we got to fix that.
And a little lack of defense too, by those said leaders that I mentioned before. But
and it sucks that the only true defender that we've drafted or cared about was this year with a 19-year-old Patrick Williams,
which is 3-4 years before.
Yeah, and he's good.
Wendell could be a nice defender too.
Yeah.
If Wendell played the 4, Wendell does not have the body for the 5.
No.
Yeah,
and he gets beat up down there every night, and he's not going to last if that's.
And like you're saying, last night Embiid took full advantage and had 50 points. I think it was his career high points last night.
He's on a heater this year too.
He's
pretty much unstoppable.
He's in the MVP race. I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And Uncle Bad Example, pull it in a little bit. No, you're Mike. Yeah, there you go. I just want to make sure we get all the gold that you're giving us here. But so you would say right now, you think that they're like the 9-10, maybe first two out or something like that?
9-10, you don't deserve a playoff.
No, I'm just saying. So you think they're going to be like the first couple teams that don't make it, basically?
Yeah, they'll probably be in that play-in tournament, which I think is nice. I like that they added that to the NBA. But
and that wasn't just a last year thing?
That was the last year thing. No, they're doing it this year too.
Oh, they are?
No.
Okay.
Doing it this year too. Play-in tournament for the last 4 teams. So I think 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah.
So we'll probably be in that for sure.
Probably, but we'll
Kinda
probably
makes
lose.
sense.
So. It's just we don't have a closer either. Like Zach LaVine, I feel like he's a number 2.
He's a great number 2
Yeah.
if he had like a killer.
If
but-
we had, like him and Jimmy would have been nice together right now.
Yeah.
But they fucked that up. So
Yeah. Jimmy wanted out though. Jimmy didn't seem like.
And that's a problem.
because they kept giving them badass
Why-
coaches too.
Yeah.
To talk about this,
This was a toxic organization.
Why does everyone
and
want
nobody
out?
wanted to come here.
Yeah.
right? Why does nobody want to
Well,
play?
Jimmy wanted out after Thibodeau left because Thibodeau pushed him, and then you get what's his balls come in. He's real
Fred
soft.
Hoyer.
Yeah, Fred Hoyer come in,
Yeah.
and he wasn't pushing him, and he was
Yeah.
in the media saying, I need like a coach that's going to ride me, that's going to like be on us and practice. And he was used to that hardcore old school.
You need to find
coach
something
mentality.
in that halfway in the middle thing because you can't be playing Luol. I mean, he basically drove Luol Deng into dust. You know, he was.
No,
yeah.
Tibbs was guilty of Derrick Rose's whole end of his career. Tibbs had him in the game at garbage time
Yeah.
and blew out his
remember that game.
ACL.
We were up by how many
That-
points in
like
that?
16, I think, at one point.
And there was 3 minutes, 4
garbage
minutes,
time.
4 minutes left
had
in the
no
game.
business being on the court.
They weren't coming back.
Right.
They weren't coming back.
And they were a great regular season team, but he didn't load manage. He didn't watch players' minutes, burn guys up before the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, hand to God, I haven't watched a lot of recent Bulls games because they're hard to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I was spoiled in my generation. I saw guys that would shoot, 55% from the field. They had good skills, They shared
Great
the ball.
defense.
They had the triangle. They locked guys down.
Yeah.
This is just, standing around watching. I'd much rather watch like a good college game, This is hard to watch.
And I'm all about if we're going to bring veterans in, we should be bringing veterans in.
Character dudes.
Yeah. Character dudes and upping play. Like Chris Paul, he would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You
point
see what he's
guard
doing
for
with the
us.
Suns now.
Every team he
Balling
goes
out.
to. Every
Yeah.
team Chris Paul goes to. He makes
And
them
talk
better.
about a finisher.
Yeah.
That guy,
did it the other night in the game.
he's
Yeah.
that guy is going.
He'll get in a
Yeah,
spot
yeah,
wherever
yeah.
he wants it. He's going to facilitate all
Yep.
game, but at the end of the game, he's going to get his
If,
mid-range
if the game
jumpers, and
if the
he's
game
gonna-
is on the line, you want the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
He does not make mistakes.
Yeah.
He finds the right guy.
High
He makes
basketball
shots.
IQ.
He makes clutch shots.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I like
So
it.
what would be? You said you don't watch as much of the current stuff. Do you think that they're worthy of a basketball or a playoff spot based on
There's
what you
too
know?
many teams that are ahead of them skill-wise.
Yeah.
They've got heart and they have moments, but you got to gel those moments, for longer periods of time. They have like a nice quarter, and then they shit the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of up and down, and they just don't have the skill players right now. I mean, like I said, Garpax overstayed their welcome.
Yeah.
They left the cupboard empty. It became a toxic organization. No free agents wanted to come here. They thought all they had to do was tell a free agent, well, this is Chicago.
Yeah.
That was
I don't
Chicago
know if that's-
30 years
I don't know
ago,
if that's
guys.
working against us now, though, because I feel like some of these big name guys don't necessarily want to play in MJ's shadow. It's like you'll never be the best of the franchise. You'll never go to the Bucks and be Giannis, and it's like your franchise like forever. Like,
But I feel like
I don't know if that's a hindrance or not.
I feel like it was like 10 years ago, but I feel like now, these young guys, like, they don't know
They
Michael
have
Jordan.
no
They don't
idea.
give a
They
shit.
have no
Michael
idea.
Jordan is Jim Brown.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
old.
No, you're right.
Okay, yeah, well, he played against plumbers and this
Patrick
and that. Like,
Williams is
yeah.
literally not
Yeah.
born the last time
Yeah.
he won a championship. He's
So-
19 years old.
I think that is definitely not a thing anymore.
Okay.
And maybe LeBron didn't want to come here
Yeah.
for those reasons. Maybe but
the really elite
yeah,
dudes. but-
Zion Williamson doesn't give a shit about
Yeah.
Michael
Yeah,
Jordan.
at all.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
At all.
So I think now it's the toxic environment. It's the we can't figure out what the coach is. We can't. Why does all these other players want to leave? And you look at Derrick Rose's injuries, and you look at Jimmy not being happy, and it's like that's why they don't want to come. So how can we fix that?
Yeah. I think the first step was what they already did, though, was they got rid of the Garpax situation. And what's his balls that they brought in as GM?
Russian dude that
Yeah,
was he?
I can't
But
pronounce his name.
yeah.
That's why I was
New
asking you
Jersey?
guys.
I don't fucking know his name.
He
either.
came from New Jersey.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But I do like Billy Donovan. I like that
Yeah.
hire.
Big step off.
think
no,
that
no, we are
Right
moving in the right
trajectory.
direction.
Yes, yes,
this is
definitely.
a good transitional season.
And I
think.
feel like Billy Donovan is that guy in between the Hoyer and Thibodeau that's maybe that nice fit.
he has
That-
experience with
Yes.
the young guys,
Yeah.
being a college coach. He has success at that level. Hoiberg had a little success, getting to the Sweet 16 and doing stuff like that. But Billy Donovan won championships.
Well, do you know Billy Donovan's claim to fame? The only player coach to play in a Final Four and coach a Final Four.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's like a little nugget you could win a drink at in a bar.
I did like the other night when they were down real big and they made that 25-point comeback. I think it was against the Pistons.
It was, yeah.
That he had sat all the starters going into the second half, and he rolled with the crew that he had finishing the first half.
That's
And
an
they
old
started the
school
third
move.
quarter,
Yeah, and they started, and they were talking about that at the end of the game with Kendall Gill and all those guys, and they're like, "That's a statement. That's letting the guys know, like everyone in the stadium, everyone at home knows that you got benched.
Yeah.
There's no hiding.
Yeah.
You know, they know that you start the second half. All the other players on the other team know that you usually start the second half, and you didn't. Which I think is one of those nice little lessons to teach a young team that, like, hey, you're not performing. This is a fucking NBA. It's a business, baby. You fucking sit on the bench. You're not playing. You're not doing the right things on defense. You're not passing the ball, moving it around. Then sit down. And I think that Hoiberg didn't have that, but the balls to do stuff like that.
No, he didn't.
Well, he was another one that was kind of, Garpak's boy. They just ran him over, and he was a puppet.
Well,
they
he
were
was an
pulling
old
the
bull.
strings.
He was a
too.
former Bull,
right.
and
The what is he? The mayor?
the mayor. Yeah,
Mayor,
yeah.
He was a little fucking. He was like a poor man's Paxson.
Yeah.
He was a little 3-point
That's it.
shooter.
Yeah,
Well,
kinda.
that's what made the Bulls great back in the day. They had role players that were cheap money,
Yeah.
that were studs, that wanted to come here.
Yes.
You grab onto Jordan's coattails and you take a
Hell
ride
yeah.
for a ring.
Yeah.
Those days are long gone.
That's what they get, and teams like the Lakers now, and you got LeBron. Players do shit like that. They'll take a small deal. DeMarcus Cousins went there. He didn't end up being a big piece of that championship
got
or
a
anything.
ring.
Right.
But he got a ring, and he signed on for basically nothing.
Yeah.
But you also got to look at these teams that attract the free agents and stuff too. They're marquee franchises
Yeah.
that have the great facility, that have the great travel, that have the great fan base and stuff like that. Bulls have lost that, man, and it's
But
sad
we
to
still
say.
come to games, though.
Yeah,
we still
the ticket
pack the
sales
house.
are still pretty
That's
good,
nuts.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
this year's obviously gonna be a lot different,
Right.
But even when we sucked a couple years ago, we were still packing the house.
but yeah, it's true. I feel like you do get fans that show up to the UC. It's a fun place to go watch a game. They got some good entertainment usually there, but yeah, it's not. You're definitely not getting free agents. That's for damn sure.
Nah.
That's the one thing about being a lifelong Chicagoan and being a lifelong Chicago sports fans. This whole city loves their heroes,
Yeah.
and these guys can go for decades on their past.
Yeah.
And they don't push, the modern agenda and stuff like that with changing their philosophies for games and for strategy and the coaching, hierarchy and stuff like that, and having the next guy up on the staff already.
Yeah.
Jackson was on the staff of Collins,
Yeah.
Doug
Yeah,
Collins.
Doug Collins, yeah.
So he stepped right in, but they were priming him for that position and stuff like that. Bulls have lost all that.
Yeah. But it's not the way of the NBA anymore anyway, though. Like, we see who's doing better over here, and as soon as he leaves, they'll snatch him up.
Yep.
Right.
Like, come on, build from the ground up.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
There's
And
no
I-
in-house recruiting
Yeah.
or promoting, and
And it sucks too because I feel like most of the good teams in the NBA right now aren't homegrown like that. It's like just about like look at the Nets, look at the fucking Lakers, look at the Philly's really the only one that's really done it. With the whole the process or whatever the fuck they called it
Trust
for
the
10 years.
process.
And it kind of
I
worked
feel
out.
like
I guess.
Boston's kind of built their team.
Yeah, I guess
that
Boston.
that
You
that
look where
Boston
these-
team, man.
You look where these good coaches go, though, too.
Yeah.
Well, Doc Rivers, great example, man. He had a sweet deal out in L.A., and he gave that up. For one, he kind of felt like he ran his course, and he had the whole deal out there.
Yeah,
with
It just
last year,
wasn't. It just
owner.
wasn't
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, last
just-
Right,
year was
yeah.
a big
Steve
downer for
Ballmer.
them.
starting to tune him out a little bit and everything. But he went to a better situation, and he's the loudest, strongest voice,
Yeah.
He's probably the best coach in the NBA.
Doc Rivers,
Rivers,
hell yeah. He works better under that situation, though.
Right.
Especially when he was with the Celtics. Like, yeah, he had stars on his team, but he was the loudest voice on the team.
Right.
Paul Pierce was the truth, but he wasn't talking like that.
No,
Ray
and you still have
Allen's
Kevin
quiet
Garnett to
killer.
deal with the stuff too. He's a
Yeah.
loud motherfucker.
But Kevin Garnett was Doc Rivers on the court.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
So you need somebody like that.
absolutely. It really drives things. And again, I mean, when Jordan was, you watch that The Last Dance. He talks about it. It's like he didn't care if he pissed people off. He was
Right.
doing it on
Yeah.
purpose half the time
Right.
to try to get more out of people.
Yeah.
And I feel like the NBA now, no one is like that. no one's like pushing their own teammates the way that he was willing to do that.
I think Chris Paul's a little bit of that in him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can see that.
I think he's kind of one of those last guy. I think. Obviously Kobe
Yeah.
was like that.
Rest in peace.
But I think, those guys are a thing of the past for sure.
Because there's not these outspoken guys. They're all worried about getting trashed on Twitter or, like, oh, you
too
talk
soft.
about your teammate. They're going to go trash you on social media, talk about you're a dick. And
That's the legit gripe about LeBron,
I
man.
feel like it is.
That's the legit gripe about LeBron. He's worried about getting trolled all the time.
But
cares more
also,
about-
I've noticed that in this league nowadays, what they do is they'll build from the ground up. They'll do these drafts and everything. They'll get these players, and then they're just getting them to trade them.
Yeah.
To bring
Build
in a
their
big
value
three.
up.
Yeah, build their value up, then trade them to get a big three and try to run a championship. And then they have to start all the way over.
Yeah.
Right.
In like 2 years with
It's
the
like
shit
a
don't
run.
work.
It's like a run. They got a couple year window to
Yep.
make that run, and then boom, time for the max contract, and
With
Out
we
the
send
door.
your ass off. Yeah.
Yeah,
the
these
door.
these Popovich Spurs teams that's a thing of the
Yeah.
past.
Yeah.
And that worked for so long.
Man,
That
talk
worked for
about
so
some of
long.
the best coaches in the NBA. The Pops is still doing it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he's up there with Doc as well. I mean, Pop might be the best still doing it.
Oh, yeah.
To put those teams together and talk about role players and guys that
Stay in
were
there.
willing
Well,
to
being able to have that success with one team,
Yeah.
Doc Rivers is great and all, but he has bounced around a little bit. So I
his
definitely,
third team as a head coach, I think.
Yeah.
He was
yeah,
the head coach before the Celtics.
yeah,
wasn't
Celtics,
oh yeah,
Clippers, and
Atlanta.
he? Was he the head
he
coach?
Now, he
Hawks?
played for Atlanta.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
where
know
he
if he
started.
coached them, though. Yeah. I don't know
Was
if he
he
coached.
was he assistant?
He might have been assistant for.
But
Yeah.
not to take anything away from, I just
Yeah.
you look at Pop and being able to do it with one team, it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
man, and I guess if Golden State gets back going again too,
Yeah.
like you could say the same thing about Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
because he's been, although he was a head coach of the Suns. No, he just worked in the
No,
front
he just
office.
worked for the front office. Yeah.
But
That's it.
Here's my
It
point.
was his first head coaching job.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Here's my point about these stud coaches and stuff like that. They've got credibility with the players because they played, they bled, and everything. Kerr has that.
Steve Nash has
Doc
got that
Rivers
right now,
has
too.
that, and Nash is
He's
going
got those
to
guys
take that
believing
and
in
run
him.
too.
Yeah.
Listening to
So
him.
these, fly-by-night college coaches and stuff like that, I hated that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see guys like P.J. Carlamismo came into the league, couldn't cut the mustard. Patino couldn't cut the
Was
mustard.
Carlissimo the one that got choked up by Latrell
Sprewell.
Charles
Sprewell?
Sprewell. Yep.
He really didn't have control of that.
There you go. You just made my point for me. You just made my point.
You can't come from coaching college kids to try
Right.
to coach grown men in the NBA.
Right.
It's not gonna work.
No, I
because you're gonna say some
completely
shit to a grown man that you could pull off with a teenager.
Yeah.
and they're gonna choke your ass out.
Well, because at the end of the day, the kids in college could get benched, and you're not going to have an owner going like, "Oh, we're paying this guy millions of dollars."
Right.
You're not benching that guy.
Yeah.
Like
You're
and the
making
players
10
know they got
times what the
leverage.
coach is making.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, sit down, dude. Go fucking I'm gonna go home to my 10 times bigger house than
Right.
you. And
I'm supposed to be in quarantine. I'm going to the strip club for some wings.
Yes, right now.
was that Harden or who was that?
That was Lou Williams.
Oh, was it? No,
Hey,
Harden was when they came in
to
fat.
be fair, though, the strip club has good wings.
Isn't that what he said?
Yes.
I got a Twitter post.
It does,
to
though.
be fair.
Yes, to be fair. I went to a strip club once. The wings were amazing.
Heavenly Bodies has a smoking patty melt.
I'm telling you.
That's hilarious. I've never frequented a strip club buffet.
We
so.
got to do a show.
bucket
Oh,
list there.
don't
We
short
gotta do
the
a show
buffet
about
at the
that.
strip club.
Come on, man.
Don't short the buffet.
Come on.
I'm guessing don't eat like any seafood there though. I don't know if I'd trust like sushi at a strip club or anything like
Nah,
that.
the
You
fish
know.
is bad.
It all smells like fish. Is that my fingers?
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, we got a question here
What do you got?
from Mr. Mark Scanio. Wish he could be
Hey,
here.
there we go.
2021 NBA season MVP.
Okay, that's a good question. Let's start-
2021 season MVP.
I'll give it to you, Justin, first. Go for it.
Oh,
I don't think it's even close.
oh, you know who deserves an MVP that nobody really talks about? Damian Lillard.
Dame Lillard. Fuck
Come
yeah.
on, dude.
I
He
saw-
had like 46 and 17 the other day.
I saw a stat the other day that he's had 0 Six Man of the Year. He's had 0
Yeah.
All-Stars. He's had 0 like of everything that you would
Yeah.
want with you. Which is just saying that the Blazers fucking suck at getting him
Yeah.
anything.
They're out of the market.
yeah, so out of the market.
It sucks
They
so
play
much-
so late. It's fucking horrible, man. But Dame Lillard deserves love.
I completely agree.
That
with
man,
that.
he gets him to the playoffs every year.
Talk
Every
about a
year,
finisher.
and he never talks
finisher,
shit.
clutch.
He's never
Clutch.
sitting there going, "Fuck the front
Wants
office."
the ball.
And I need more
Wants
help.
the ball. Yes, and makes the shot.
And
makes
Dame
the shot.
time, dude. I mean, how deep?
Come
How
on.
deep is that guy
Come
shooting from late
on.
in games?
He got
It's
the
insane.
tattoo.
Oh, it's so badass.
Come on, dude.
He's one of the coolest guys in the NBA.
Yes,
for sure.
I think Dame deserves.
I like that
MVP
answer,
this
actually.
year.
That's a good answer.
But you were saying you said it was a no doubter. Who you
Joel Embiid
Okay,
and Luka.
I like that.
And
Luka
Luka, okay.
Doncic. That's it.
Luka
Everybody
not
else.
having enough success, I feel like, to win an MVP. He's balling out and putting
He's
up the
balling,
stats, but
yeah.
like the Bulls have beat him twice. Now, I
Yeah.
guess Luka wasn't playing one of the times they beat him, but they're what's their record? They're under 500, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely
The
are.
Mavs, yeah.
Yeah.
And they have a decent squad. You would think they'd be better. I mean, like, I guess
Injuries have really kind of riddled that team.
Yeah.
Once they get it all together, that's a team I think is going to make a deep run
Mavericks,
in the playoffs.
Yeah, they
that's
just got to
the
get
owner
it
I like
together.
the most
yeah.
too. I like Mark Cuban a lot.
Yeah,
Mark
he
Cuban,
kind of
yeah.
stepped on his dick a little bit last week, but
What do you do?
with the
the
national
no
anthem
national
thing.
anthem
Oh, really?
But that
Oh,
guy,
hell
He
yeah.
said he was going to stop playing it because it
Why?
was like
because
controversial.
there's no fans there and it's controversial.
Yeah.
There's no stands
Whoa.
in this. There's no fans in the stands. Why play it?
Yeah, that's a
He got
that's a
lit
tough
up.
stance.
He got lit up.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I feel like he
I
just
think
didn't want to see all the people kneeling and this and this.
Silver
and so
squashed
he's like,
it though. I
fuck
think
it,
they
yeah.
only got away with it for like a couple of games.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
it. Yeah. Once it came out, once people got a hold of it, then
Yeah, kind of
that
took
was
out of
it.
life of its
Yeah.
own.
Quiet
kinda.
down, Shark Tank.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's all it was.
I do watch a lot of Shark Tank, so I'm probably biased on that. But. So as far as we can kind of jump into some of the heydays, and actually no, let's go back to the same question. I haven't asked you that yet. So who's
So
who's
I
your
was,
MVP?
who do I think's like maybe the best player? I think might be Luka, but I think with the record, I agree with the Embiid pick because I think he really is.
He's healthy and he's engaged
and,
for a
yeah,
change.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like taking it serious. Like I thought he was a total jackass his first couple of years.
He
with
was.
the process, this and that, and but I mean he is. Yeah, the record right there in first place right now, right? Philly.
I believe so.
By a
yeah,
bunch.
So, yeah. So that to me is it. I mean, I think he's by and far their leader. And so I mean, I think if Dallas had a better record, I would say Luka, but I have to say Embiid.
And
right
with
now.
all that Jimmy Butler stuff going on in Philly too, he kind of told Butler to shut the hell up. And if you don't want to be here, don't be here. And this is my team. I kind of dig that from the
Yeah.
big man. You know,
Absolutely.
But I do think Damian Lillard deserves more respect.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
And again, I love guys like that because it takes me back to that MJ feel of like, don't run out on the team. You go earn it. Make it happen.
Yeah.
Go make it happen on the court. And it's like, but man, he's never had any help.
None.
God damn.
None.
I don't
Well,
even know.
he
like-
played with LaMarcus for what, 2 years?
Yeah. And then as
A
soon as-
pick we should have fucking had. Let's not
Yeah.
get on that.
Well,
We
did
traded him
draft
for
him.
Tyrus
We
Thomas.
did draft
Thomas,
him.
yeah.
We did draft
Yes,
him.
Come
On
on,
draft day.
man.
on draft night.
Don't
for Tyrus
I don't
Thomas.
even want to talk about any Chicago team and their draft picks right
Come
now.
on, man.
that's what I'm saying. Garpax overstayed their
Yeah.
welcome, and Reinsdorf still
Shit.
counting that '90s money. That money's in the bank, earning interest. They don't care. There's no motivation to do better,
Yeah.
and that's what's making Chicago such a toxic franchise.
Well, you could see it too when they brought in. They had Jimmy, they had Dwayne, and they had Rondo, which I think was a mistake. 'cause that
Joakim
was,
Noah.
they had no. Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, man.
Yeah,
they
no-
had a
yeah.
nucleus.
Yeah, they had a
But
squad,
by the
man.
time Wade was there, Noah was kind of
Yeah, Noah
Yeah.
was.
He
Yeah,
couldn't-
he was on the back
couldn't
end,
do much.
but still, like
I mean, are you
bringing those
excited
three
to see
together. that
Lopez
was cool.
play back in a couple years?
No.
You know,
Yeah.
Nah.
Absolutely not.
that's what your default free agent
No,
was.
exactly right. I agree with that. And at least like Joakim's going to get you some energy and some like
Yeah.
locker room, rah rah type.
That's
of
true.
Shit.
I'm just saying. I just feel like by the time that it all happened, it was
It's been bad for
But
years.
that was
man.
bad for our free agents, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when they saw two free agents come in here, and the next season they both left.
yeah.
All the other free agents were like, man, fuck the Bulls, man.
Yeah.
we ain't trying to see what.
and
they
that's pretty much where we're stuck at now. I mean, how do you correct something like that though?
Purge the front office.
Yep.
Yeah,
Is that
and
pretty
you,
much
you
all
have
you
to,
can do?
you have to draft. You got to do just like Philly did or
Yeah.
Boston did. You got to draft a guy, and that has to become your leader.
Yeah.
And
You
until
gotta-
they do that,
We've been drafting a lot of first
I
rounders.
know.
the
But
last
then
couple of years.
then
Well, I
they
think
they
you-
suck or
there's
they
some high
can't lead
pressure.
or they.
You got to start finding guys with personality. You got to find who's got personality. Joel Embiid, Joakim Noah.
I think
guys
a
we're
lot
talking
of it
about.
comes from the one and done, though, too. These kids don't develop into good character guys, you know?
That makes sense. Again, like Patrick Williams, he's 19 years old. How much are you going to be able to lead?
Yeah,
You know
not at
nothing
all.
about him. Yeah, he might have potential to be good, but does he have the potential to be that locker room guy
Veterans aren't going to follow
that
a
you're
kid.
looking at for, right? Or is he just going to be some quiet, pretty good guy?
Which I don't know nothing about him yet, so I don't know
Unless
if he is
if veterans will follow a kid if he has the star status.
Yes.
Like you can bring everybody to the
if
Mavs.
he's
I think
Kawhi
you should
Leonard,
come to
Day
the
one.
Mavs.
Yeah, if he's Kawhi Leonard, they'll follow him. You don't have to say much if you're that, but
No, it's true.
like they'll follow Luka. Luka's a kid, but they'll
Luka's
follow
been in the
Luka.
league for what, 3-4 years now?
No,
though.
like 2.
Is it? No.
2 or 3.
this is I
this
think
might be his third
This is,
season.
I
this is at
believe.
least his third.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, going back to, the documentary on the Bulls, Jordan even said in the documentary when he was a rookie, he was carrying the veterans' bags and stuff like that. There ain't none of that no more.
Yeah.
No.
You know?
Because
They're
it's
not
like hazing, and you
Yeah.
can't bully people anymore and shit.
But that builds character
It
and
does.
team camaraderie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There ain't none of that no more, man.
Well, and nowadays is you draft the hot draft pick, and he's already de facto the team leader.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Zion got drafted, and it was like Zion. It's like, dude, this guy hasn't even stepped on a
the
basketball
shoe
court yet.
contracts are worth more than
Yeah.
their player contracts.
Yeah.
When you got him walking into walking in on a team with like Drew Holiday and guys like that, and it's like, wait, I've been in this league for 10 years. I've been an all-star, but this guy's the face of the franchise now.
Yeah.
Like, I know he was really good at Duke for 1 year when they got
Right.
bounced in the Elite
But
Eight,
damn.
but
Yeah.
he's the face because he's like big and dunks hard.
I mean,
You know,
dude's efficiency. I saw it the other night. He's right now in a group with like Wilt, McHale, and it wasn't.
Well, now,
Shaq,
yeah,
but
now
he was,
I'm
he was
just-
60%
but I'm just
from
saying-
the
But
field
just
and
like
24
getting
points a
drafted
game.
and coming into the
Yeah,
league.
I'm
like,
saying
this
now,
is how
yeah,
we're starting.
let him be the leader
Yeah.
now. He's
Yeah.
proved that he can play, but I'm just saying, like, you got these guys, the second they're drafted, they're immediately named captain of the team.
Yeah.
And I
No,
don't,
that's totally
that's not good.
Yeah, you got to carry some bags for a year
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
You got to.
You pull up to the stadium, and the rookie's picture is on the outside of the stadium.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
photoshopped in a jersey he hasn't put on yet.
That's totally true, though. I mean, but
16 days before the draft. Like,
Yeah. I hate when they do
Get the
that.
fuck
When
outta
you
here.
look at like Instagram and stuff like that, and they have all these doctored photos, like, oh, so and so could be, could this team pick up this? And
the
they
jersey.
doctor him in the jersey. I'm like,
Yeah.
he doesn't even. You
The
don't.
media is too
Yeah.
quick to anoint these guys the
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
coming, too.
Yeah.
Let them put
Oh,
some
yeah.
time in.
Oh yeah, they're immediately saying that about Luka and everybody else already. It's like, okay, he's got 3 years in the league. Like, I remember Brandon Roy back in the day was like,
Man, Brandon Roy was a ball.
he was a baller and he hurt his knees and he
Yeah.
like never he had a very short career.
Yeah.
Anyone that's 10 years younger than us has no idea who Brandon Roy is.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to have longevity. It's not just about like coming in and having a couple baller seasons. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of guys have done that. Jeremy Lin looked damn good for a year.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, he
How'd
did.
that contract work out for the Knicks?
Not so well. I think he's playing in China or something.
He has a shoe deal.
in China, right?
Yeah.
Well,
He has
that
his
makes
own
sense. I mean,
signature
Steph
shoe.
Marbury's still getting paid for shoes,
Yeah,
too.
he
God.
is, yeah.
And Marbury's made it.
He's the
Lane got a
king of
ring, though.
China.
Lane got
Yeah.
a ring
Okay, with who?
with the Raptors.
Yeah, he was on that
Oh,
Raptors
yeah,
team.
yeah.
He's a role player, bench player, role player.
That was an interesting championship that year. I was
Yeah.
to see Toronto Raptors win a championship. First year Kawhi shows up. That's
But that's
like-
all they needed.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
They had a squad. All they needed was a closer.
So what's that
and
tell
they
you
got
about the
one.
franchise? They knew what they were
They
doing.
knew what they were doing. They
They
like,
had
you
the
know
right
what?
core. They said,
DeMar
"We need one
DeRozan
piece."
is a baller,
Yeah,
but
he
he's
was.
not the closer that we need.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
He
they
was a
went and
Zach
got
LaVine.
Kawhi.
He was like a
Yeah,
2. He's a
yeah.
really great 2.
Yeah.
The Bulls have guys that all have the same body.
Yeah.
That's their problem.
Wendell looks like a little toothpick still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna put on some mass.
No.
And then, like
That's not his
fucking
game. But he looked
Laurie.
like dude.
Like,
that's
when
not
is he
his
gonna
game,
look,
yeah.
look like a man?
He's not.
Never.
And Laurie put on some weight, but still,
His
man.
arms look a little bigger.
Yeah.
But
come on,
god
man.
damn.
We
So
need a big man.
okay, who do we got?
Yeah, we got a question here from John Walsh. He said, "Do you guys think that we can have a playoff team for the next NBA season?"
For the next NBA season? I mean, again, it's gonna come down to what we do in the draft, free agency, things like
Yeah,
that.
a lot of moving pieces.
Nope. I feel like we're gonna have
couple
to
years
start
away.
from the bottom. We're gonna have to keep drafting. They're either gonna trade Levine or they're gonna keep him and build around him.
Well, I already
Either
gave
way,
him
they're
a
gonna
shot
have
two
to
though.
contracts. Levine's done.
Yeah.
They've
yeah.
given him 2 contracts. He hasn't stepped up and proved that he's worth the money.
Because, I mean, I think he's 6th in the league right now in scoring. He's averaging like 29 points.
Yeah.
5 rebounds, 5 assists.
He's like 5th
but he's
in the
also
All-Star voting
averaging
for
like
guards, too.
8 turnovers a game. And that's
See, I didn't know
not
that
going to
stat.
get it
You were
done.
saying that off screen, and that's
Yeah.
a glaring stat that I did not.
And plays
do.
no defense.
No defense.
Well, that's the whole Bulls' problem
Yeah.
most of the time. You know, it's a nightmare. That's why they
And I
drafted
think
a guy.
Donovan's eventually going to fix that. That's a mentality
Yeah.
thing. Defense
Yeah.
is effort.
It is.
That's all it is.
Straight up effort. And it's interesting, though, because around the NBA right now, you get games like 130 to 140.
Yeah.
Like, what the
No
hell is
defense.
going on?
None.
I mean, some of these games, too, are being put on by teams with a lot of star power on them. But
Yeah.
the one team that's my favorite right now is the Suns. I love watching Suns basketball at the
Suns
moment.
basketball is good.
It's pretty cool, dude. I like Devin Booker
Well, and
for
they
a
were
while.
kind of like what the Bulls are now
Yeah.
3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
Jazz
So-
are a good watch.
Utah Jazz are balling.
Yeah, I love
the
Donovan
Jazz.
Mitchell.
I love the
Yeah.
Jazz.
Mitchell's
Yes.
pretty badass. Rudy Gobert, I've always been kind of down on him, but he's getting better and better still. He's
That's
kind of a
because all
beast.
he did was grab rebounds and block shots, and he got
Oh,
like
Rudy
5 years, 120 million.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Rudy Gobert was COVID number 1 too,
he
man.
was.
He's got
He was
a
patient
he's got a
zero.
while to live that down,
He was
man.
NBA patient zero.
Wasn't he like kind of joking around the
Yeah.
locker room?
He was.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was touching
He was,
the
like, rubbing
mic.
the-
Yeah,
Donovan Mitchell got. He's like motherfucker.
Yeah, he wanted to box him.
Yeah, he was not happy.
He said
about
they're
that.
cool now, though.
He was
But-
patient number 1.
Yeah.
Well, they shut that game down like mid-game, didn't they?
Yep.
That was like when it all first
I
started
remember.
last
Well,
March.
that was like
They
2 minutes
pulled
after.
them off the court.
Well, they
Yeah.
found out Tom
Cuban
Hanks
was
had
on
it, and
his
they're like,
phone.
"All right, this is serious."
America's
Tom Hanks.
sweetheart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
America's
He's
sweetheart
the jewel
got
of
it.
the USA.
This was like the one guy that couldn't get it.
Yeah, and he got it in Australia, where
Yeah,
Rudy
yeah.
Gobert's from. No,
Oh,
get out of here.
goddamn. So actually, let's go back to John Walsh's question. So you think that the Bulls are a playoff team next year?
Can they be? Should they be?
Is that food?
Pizza
Hell
rolls.
yeah.
Oh, we got some chips. Hey, you want to
some
bring him in?
dips.
Come around back here. We'll kind of set this up. So we have a
But-
new sponsor. We have Mike's Meat Market in Villa Park and Casey's Meat Markets. They have. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys got little plates for everybody here. This
Hell
is
yeah.
fantastic. Here, Colin, take
Going
this one.
down, Joe Charlie Brown.
So, yeah, we'll talk about these.
Shout
for-
out to the girls
Yeah.
feeding
Yeah.
us.
Yeah,
Hell
thank
yeah.
you so much.
Thank
Thank you. We really appreciate it here. The service
Now,
is
if I can get a
fantastic around
blanket
here.
to sit on, because my taint is frostbitten.
Yeah,
I'll just finish my answer.
Yeah.
Could they be a playoff team? Yes. Should they be? Do they deserve to be one? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But I think they could be. But kind of like how the Redskins were a playoff team this year, but they shouldn't have been.
no.
With sub
Washington
500.
football.
Oh, sorry, my bad. My bad.
Un-PC
My
asshole.
bad. How dare
Okay, so Mike's Meat Market. It's Dave Casey over there. He's the owner of all the
Oh shit.
Mike's Meat Markets, the
Hell yeah.
Casey's Meat Markets. And I've been talking to him since November. And he had told me to contact him after the holidays. I'd reach back out. He was more than happy to give us 2 large containers of their best-selling dips. We have the chili con queso dip, and we have their buffalo chicken dip.
Tastes like happiness.
He also, hooked
came
us
at
up
the
with
right
the chips
night.
too. But yeah, I was pretty excited about this. I've tried the buffalo dip before. I've never tried this chili con queso dip. All right. All right, so let's go around the horn here. Justin Grant, let's start with the chili con queso. On a scale from 1 to 10, how's it going? We got Richie and Wes walking up. We got the Bound Fair Banter crew.
What's up?
How are you?
doing? You too.
So on a scale
Yeah.
from 1 to 10, with decimal points,
with decimal points.
how you feeling about that chili con queso dip?
Chili, let me bite one time.
Get another little taster of this. I'm going to go around. We're going to do it on both. We're going to try to give Casey's and Mike's Meat Market some screen time here and pump them up as our newest sponsor. Again, thank you so much, Dave Casey. Really appreciate the support. Just another local business. Want to jump on the bandwagon?
Which one's
It's
a
got
nine?
Support your local
It
businesses, folks.
It has the right spice.
Yeah.
This
With
one's
the
a 9.
right
The chili
taste.
one for me
Yeah,
is a 9.
I was going to give it a
9 even?
9.3.
9.3?
Yeah.
Right
What are you
there with the
thinking?
9.
Yeah.
9 even. I like you guys just say fuck the decimal points. I'm just going to go with a nice even 9.
I think the Buffalo.
No Russian judge
sorry,
here.
You,
Well,
yeah,
I'm
you
I'm
gotta
going to give it an 8.
number.
I'm going to give it an 8.9. Go right underneath that 9 mark because I have tried the buffalo dip before and I know it's better. And I'm trying to be a tough judge here.
And see, I
But-
don't really like spicy stuff, but I'm fucking with this buffalo dip.
Yeah.
I think
We got to heat that up, too. Next time we'll get another round of it, maybe off screen, try it. It's supposed to be heated up, but we're trying to get all this fit in before everyone's got to start leaving here and everyone's toes freeze off. But, all right, so let's start with you then with the buffalo dip.
Okay.
What are you saying on that scale?
I like it because it's not burning my fucking mouth.
Right.
Okay.
But it's good, though.
There's flavor to it,
Yes.
not just heat.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I like. So I'm going to give it a 9.32.
Oh, wow. You doubling it up. 93 was a good year. It was
It was a great year.
That was
a
the
great year.
last of the first three-peat.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go over there. Oh, Uncle Bad Example, you got a beer come in. You're the best. Thank you so
honey.
much. I don't know if everybody needs one, but I'll take one. Justin, Grant, you want one?
I'm good,
You
thanks. I'm good.
All right, so what do you think?
Oh.
He's going to get over here.
good, thank you.
though. So what are you feeling about the buffalo dip?
I think they're both on point. I think it's even. Heads
go
up
another
match.
9?
Another 9.
Damn, you're going to match it up. All right, Colin, what do you think about
I
the
think
buffalo?
the chili has a slight edge. I've given the buffalo 8.7.
8.7, okay. I'm going to go with the buffalo.
Very good.
At a 9.4 here. The reason being for me is because I like blue cheese with my buffalo, and they got blue cheese in there, and I think it gives it a nice little kick.
I taste
definitely
that.
taste the blue
I taste the
cheese.
blue
Yeah.
cheese. Yeah.
Because I've had a lot of other buffalo dips, and I've never tasted one that had blue cheese in it before. And I think that's what kind of sets us over the edge for me.
The two are very different, but very good.
Yeah.
I'm about to mix them together, and hopefully it causes
look at you,
a happiness
rebel.
explosion in my belly. Fireworks and all that shit.
Yeah.
Where's this place
Mixing
at?
those two might be giving fireworks in the bathroom later.
Ring of fire.
What do we got?
Yeah, let's shout out JPL Property Services Jim Lithis for taking care of our driveway today. Saved our butts big time again.
Hell of a job.
Yeah.
Rob's saying it all right now. I mean, we needed it done like tonight. He showed up, plotted it all out. Looks great. As soon as I showed up, I'm like, damn, somebody did a nice job.
Yeah, I
here.
mean, ask Justin. Like he was like leaving right as he was pulling up at like 6 o'clock. Like saved our butts big time. So
Yeah.
I got a picture
Thank
too.
you,
We'll
Jim.
post later. Yeah, Jim
Yeah, he
Lithis
hooked
with
that
JPL
up.
Property Services. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
And
I have not
Because I wasn't stepping in
I
that
haven't taken
driveway
care
if
of
it
that
looked like
driveway
this
since
backyard.
The snow first started coming down.
Yeah.
You know, like we've been taking out little patches here and there just to get a car to in and out. Now, you know, I got the 4-wheel drive vehicle, so it doesn't matter to me. But you know, to you poor guys coming up here, I don't want nobody's bumpers getting ripped off. Or anything trying to come in. Especially our technical director here, Mike. You know, he's got a lowered Ford Fiesta.
Yeah,
there's no
what's
way
the
it would
clearance on
survive.
your vehicle? Like a half inch? Yeah.
Hey,
I have no clearance at all.
I have a Fiat 500 Sport.
Oh, you're fucked.
Yeah,
You're
I'm fucked.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Huh?
Didn't fit a Tic
What do
Tac
you
under
get?
the
Yeah.
bumper.
Yeah, that's it.
He drives his
I
motorcycle
have this
around
much
in the winter,
leverage.
It's better.
So what you're saying is you don't pick up any chicks ever? Cause
No, they love the
car.
Fiat. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I have to. I mean, come on, dude. I'm black. G.
He's got the whip.
I don't have to overcompensate.
It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
No, they
What I need a big ass truck for? It's only me, dude.
It's so secure.
It's so
Yeah.
huge,
Fiat.
right?
Yeah,
So
right?
huge.
Yeah.
Is
What
that
do I need a-
lifted? And then some.
Yeah, right? Come on.
There's a reason why this thing's so low to the ground.
Right? It's because of me, baby.
So once again, shout out to Mike's and Casey's Meat Markets.
We're having
I think
fun
that's a
now.
nice segue to transition
We're having
there.
fun now.
What's in this dip?
What do you put in here? Crack?
The funny
No, that
thing
stuff
is,
is crack. I'm telling you.
I don't think Casey's loves the name of it, but someone at their shop told me that online and the people that like it, they call the queso dip Casey's Crack.
No.
That's literally like the name that the customers use.
No.
Because it is like crack.
Well, you got me hot in a bit.
You've been melting your shoe off, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the bottom of your shoe straight melted.
It's the dip.
I was smelling a
They're
little
doing something
rubber.
to us.
I was like, damn. So,
guys out there cold or anything, I can get you guys a blanket or anything like
you
It's
almost
just my feet.
I got my snowboarding gloves, that
it
Gore-Tex.
melted through
My
like
taint
a little
is it?
portion.
Is it? I need a blanket to sit on.
Yeah.
yeah, I ain't going near your taint. I can't do nothing about that.
I'm gonna fart icicles in a minute.
We actually maybe we'll wrap this one up. Let these guys warm up for a little while. He's got to leave at
we don't have to
8:30.
stop.
I mean it's almost 8:15 here. We're gonna have to get him going,
Yeah.
but
We can keep going, dude. Just get him a blanket for his asshole.
yeah, right. Put one of those logs in between your legs this time. Just heat it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Just put some of that in there.
The Ring of Fire. Warm that bitch right up.
So, Count, what's your fondest memory of the three-peats and the Jordan years? I know we were kids, but what was like one of those one moments that always sticks in your heads about them winning?
When they beat Indiana in Game 7 in '98, that was the first time I ever cried, like
Really?
With joy.
The Reggie
I
Miller
was
Pacers?
so nervous about that game
Because Indiana should have won.
because that team was so scary and wanted it so bad, and
Man.
my whole life was just Chicago Bulls. You know, that was even if I got in trouble at school and was grounded, I was still allowed to watch the Bulls game because that would have been
good
cruel
parents.
and unusual punishment. I would have, even if I would have murdered the neighbor's cat, it still wouldn't have been bad enough to make me miss the game. So, and then I cried again after that championship because that was the first time, you know, that we had, at least in that second three-peat, that they didn't have home court.
Yeah.
So I was nervous for that too because I was like, man, the
Still
Jazz,
won it in 6.
the Jazz had just as good of a record. They had home court.
Yeah. 2
We had
future Hall
played
of
them last
Famers.
year. They had our, you know, they were wanting it probably even more this
Yeah.
year was the last, you know, and so it was that season. It was just very emotional for me that season. But then so then I also think
Come on, G.
The,
I just said in my. I'm sorry. I just said in my head, I need more chips, and here comes the magic fairy lady.
so. I would definitely say that last season
and who,
was the most.
And who
fun.
was that bringing the chips? Oh, my girlfriend.
There it is.
Sherilyn,
Give her a
thank
shout out.
you.
Yeah, give her a shout
Sherilyn,
out.
thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Shoot
The
your
hostess
ex-wife.
with the. I'm supposed to be the good host around here. Shit. You're outshining me tonight.
So yeah,
Jess
that
is a
last,
little
that
under the
last-
weather, so
Yes.
it's a team thing.
okay.
Thank you.
Sherilyn
Yeah.
stepping up.
That's excellent.
So yeah, that last season was very emotional for me. I would say. I'll grab that.
Little help.
Pass it around.
Come on, camera, babe. Come on, camera.
I'll just pass it back.
Watch the wires.
Yeah. We're good. Perfect. Alrighty.
Hell yeah.
So Justin Grant, same kind of question here. What was your what was one of those memories kind of stick in your head from back in those days?
So I remember one time, I want to say it was '97. I was at my dad's house and we were watching the game. Game 6. All he told me was, son, when they win, get on the floor. I said, what? Why do you want me to get on the floor? Sure enough, soon as they won, boom, 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 all you hear is gunshots. The whole neighborhood. Oh, we're in the city.
Oh, you're in the city?
Yeah.
It was straight up.
We're in the
Get
gardens.
on the
yeah.
floor.
Yeah. He said, just get on the floor. Watch the rest of the game from on the floor. I'm
Holy
like,
shit. Yeah. That's a funny one for sure.
so I watched the press
We
conference.
didn't have
and
that
everything
problem in the
sitting
western
down.
suburbs.
Well,
Yeah, we're in the south side. Allgale Gardens. Shout out. Block 13.
hell yeah. I'm sure everyone was having fun there. And then Uncle Bad Example, you have a little better memory of all these
Yeah,
wins, so you might even go something from the first three-peat.
This is definitely from the first one. And you want to talk about character and you want to talk about it meaning something. I close my eyes and I still see Jordan sobbing, his chest heaving,
Right after his dad died.
holding the trophy.
Yeah.
That's something you will never
In the locker
see
room, he's on the
again
floor, yeah.
That
because
made me
it
tear up.
just doesn't mean as much to these modern players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan was crying and unashamedly so.
Yeah.
He didn't care who saw it.
Nope.
And he was sobbing and his chest was heaving. Come on, man. That's
what
why we play when we're a little kid
Yeah.
out in the playground.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He cared more than
cool.
everybody else did, and it showed in the documentary as well when he's talking about how, some of these guys had, bad feelings about him down the road, and they were talking about it, and he was like, he started saying, he's like, you know what? I was trying to make everybody better, and if you didn't like the way that I motivated people, then I'm sorry. But, that's me. And he starts like tearing up and kind of getting choked up. And that's like, I love Michael Jordan because he's not trying to be something he's not. He's just being himself. And he's just straight up just wanting to win more than everybody else.
And
And he's willing to
think
do it at
that's it.
just about any
Yep.
cost other than cheating. But, I mean, he just did it with hard work and fucking busting his ass.
And I think that's part of the reason why he struggles as an executive because he
yeah.
expects these guys to
To
put
have
as
that
much
fire.
effort
Yeah.
and have that same desire that he had, and they just don't. And he gets fed up, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to play golf.
Yeah, when are they ever going to have like a winning record over there? They had Kemba for a little while and they were doing okay, but
Well, they made the playoffs a couple of years there.
Yeah. Where they had fucking Gerald Wallace and
When they were the Bobcats.
yeah. What is your
The all
memory over there?
cocaine team.
I got a good memory from the Bulls seasons. One of my favorite parts of watching the games was the after, right? When the networks would be
The wrap up.
they'd still be showing the stadium would be empty and all the players are still like hanging out and stuff. My favorite was I can't remember the player. Stacy
King is now an announcer. Yeah,
I think it's Stacey King. I think it was him. He was just following the cameras around wherever they were going to and shouting out about Excalibur tonight. We're going out to Excalibur. He just kept pushing it and that was some of the funnest stuff to watch, was watching these guys, just absolutely having the time of their lives, talking about what they're going to do after, and that was some of the funnest stuff to watch. And and if you were in Chicago, you probably didn't get to see any of that stuff because you weren't watching the local networks.
Yeah, exactly right.
And
that was
who
the
was the
NBC
announcer?
post game.
Yeah, who was the
Channel 5.
who was the announcer?
Well, Johnny Red Kerr was a famous.
No, he was the sports guy for NBC.
Gene Greco.
Gene Greco, yep, it was Gene Greco. He would be there having a blast with these guys, and they'd be messing with him the whole time. It was just so much fun to watch.
I loved those documentaries because, again, the three of us were pretty young when they were winning those things, and I didn't watch Sports Center at those times. I wasn't watching it was taken for granted when I was growing up that the Bulls just win every year. They just go there and they don't really have that much trouble.
When
they
I
just
was
win in
watching
6.
it,
It is what it is.
When I was watching it, I was telling the younger guys, I bowled a lot, and there were younger guys bowling, and we're in the bar, and these guys are just taking it for granted. I'm like, man, you better appreciate this because this doesn't come along very often.
Yeah, nah.
So just take it all in.
Absolutely. One of my favorite things was my grandparents owned a boat. It was up in the border of Wisconsin, and it was the Supersonics one where they played. I think it was 96,
95, 96 season. Yeah.
And they had won, and Scottie Pippen's boat was actually in the same harbor, in the rich people section. You had to walk around and go to this elite part of the dock to go see his boat.
Is there a poor person section in the yacht? In the yacht?
Oh, it wasn't. There were yachts.
that was my question too.
My grandparents didn't have that kind of money. They had a nice
had
boat.
boat money.
They had boat money.
What
They had boat money. They didn't have yacht money, but so we were hanging out there, and I actually watched the game, the finisher. The closer on this boat, and then this whole dock fucking went nuts. I mean, it was just fireworks going off everywhere, and it was just one of the coolest things. Because I was probably 8 years old, didn't really know what was going on, but to see just how everyone else reacted, because we were usually with family and stuff like that, and I didn't get to see these kinds of reactions from other people.
Yeah.
I just thought my dad was super into the Bulls, and that's how he reacted. But and kind of to your story. There wasn't gunshots, but my dad, one of the years was after the 98 one, there was some road construction getting done right outside the house we were watching it at. It was my uncle's house. And there was this big-ass boulder of dirt, some shit out there.
Wow.
And they had lit a half stick of dynamite. And we run! And get out of here! And it blows up, and we go back, and this huge mound of dirt was fucking gone. Yeah. So it's I guess that's what you did at that point in time, was just blow shit up.
I mean, when you got boat money.
Blow shit up.
Well, do you remember on the documentary, they were playing the Suns here in Game 6, and they were boarding up a lot of the stores downtown because they thought that the people were going to lose their mind and start tipping shit over and stuff like that. And after Phoenix won here, they interviewed Barkley, and Barkley said, take that boards down, boys. We're going back to Phoenix.
And they got the ass beat.
The amount of guys
And Jordan packed one bag.
Right?
Yeah.
One bag for that night.
I love
That's
that.
it.
I love the fact that there's so many Hall of Famers that never got a ring because Jordan just didn't allow it to happen. I mean, talking Karl Malone, Stockton,
Karl Malone could have hit a free throw.
Yeah,
Changes that whole dynamic.
The mailman doesn't deliver on Sundays, right?
Yeah.
That was that whole. Was that Pippen that said to him, or was it Jordan?
Yeah, that was Pippen.
Pippen was a great shit talker.
Oh yeah. I love the one when he
No
dunks on
tipping,
Ewing.
motherfucker, but he can talk shit.
I love when he dunks on Ewing and he's standing over
And pushed him down and shit and walked over him.
Teabagged him.
Yeah.
Most
He
disrespectful,
teabagged him.
most
Yeah.
disrespectful dunk in
Yes.
NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Hell
It's
yeah.
one of the. I think the only other maybe
Dragged his
as
nuts on his
disrespectful thing
forehead.
wasn't the dunk, but it was the Allen Iverson stepping over Lou.
No, the Sean Kemp when he dunked on dude and they pointed at him.
Yeah,
that was pretty bad. Well, then there was the Shaq one. Shaq when he dunked, it might have been like Chris Dudley or somebody like that, and he like shoved him afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
That was a bad
Went
one. And then
flying.
of course Blake Griffin has like 7.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well he just nasty.
Yeah,
Didn't he
starts-
grab like somebody's head and put it on his nuts and dunk on them?
Yeah, and then DeAndre Jordan murdered someone.
Last
Oh, Brandon
Was that last
Jennings.
year?
Brandon
Last year.
Jennings. Yeah.
He like had it
Oh,
full
my
cocked
God.
back,
Yeah.
and his face going back down the
Yeah.
court was hilarious.
Yeah, that was a murder.
Yeah.
Well, then
Yeah.
someone had a murder last night. Who was it?
Oh, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
my
that.
God.
Yeah,
Oh, I did see that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then they gave him 4 points. Did you see that? The score changed. It was
They
61. They gave him.
he deserved
it was
4.
65 after the dunk.
He deserved 4 because
Like,
that was
that's
that was nasty.
Yeah.
That is
Oh my
hilarious.
God.
Yeah, there was a non-COVID related death in the NBA last night.
Yes. Definitely. R.I.P. to Watanabe. Whatever. I think that was his name.
Oh, that's hilarious.
He shouldn't be in
All
the
right,
NBA.
we're at
anyway.
8:22. We're gonna let Colin get out of here. I need to warm up my feet. We need to get inside for a second. I know these guys don't want me to slow down this
Are we live
feed
right
we
now?
got going. Yeah, we do.
We're live right now.
Yeah,
Fuck
you
yeah.
guys-
Hi,
yeah,
Mom.
They're asking questions.
Hi, Mom. So we'll be back for another segment here. Hopefully we'll get Mike DeGraff on here at some point. But we'll be seeing you in just a second. Thank you for coming out, by the way. And we're going to make
Yes,
sure
sir.
that you get to sign the X in this next segment.
Oh, yeah.
But you still got a little
I'm
bit of an hour.
staying. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
staying.
cool. Bonfire Banter. We will see you real soon. Be back in just a minute.
Sean Kemp.
And we're back. Bonfire Banter. We have changed locations. We were really scared about Uncle Bad Example's taint. So we
It was
decided
getting
to.
a little bit frosty out there.
Yeah.
Colder than a witch's titty outside.
Yeah.
I felt like the dog in Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
My nuts were stuck to the porch.
Yeah, we were about to get the spatula out for you, for sure. Just pry him off of there. So we were going to go to a fun time in Bulls history, and that is the D. Rose era. We kind of
2000s.
talked about, Thibodeau a little bit in his coaching style, but I remember when they first drafted him, he was coming out of Memphis, and you knew that Beasley was the other big guy that year, and
Yeah,
he's from Kansas
yeah.
State, but it was like this huge thing that like D. Rose, like we might get this first pick, we end up winning the lottery.
Yeah.
And
Chicago boy.
Chicago boy, and it was like you
Hometown.
got to take him, and it ended up working out that he was the better player,
Yes.
and it looked like a good pick. But what are some of your memories of those days? How were you
My
feeling when we
favorite
drafted
memory-
him?
My favorite memory is when he dunked on Goran Dragic.
Oh, he like, I think
Double
Stacey King's like
fisted
he go higher or something
he
like
could
that.
have went higher.
Yeah, oh
looked like
my
he was
God.
walking on space, dude. Like it's nuts. Yeah, shout out Mike.
Yeah, that was a two. That was a two-hander. That was a two-hander like up in his face. Yeah, that was
nuts,
nasty
man.
one.
Yeah, but I mean, the series against Milwaukee when he hit that step back jumper
Yep.
to end it,
Yep.
hit the chest,
He's-
King
yeah,
Kong style.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice moment.
That was just great team ball that they played.
Yeah.
Great team ball. They had shooters. They had defense.
Yep.
They had the bench mob. Fucking Ronnie
Bench
Brewer.
mob.
Remember him?
Yep.
Yeah.
He
That
played
was
the
a
fucking
good-ass
baseline
year.
pretty well.
Yeah.
He was-
Hell yeah.
But then you also had, I like that first couple of years that we had that team together where you had Paul Gasol,
Yeah.
and then they also had, and then Omer Sheik.
Yeah.
And
Number 3.
Yeah, dude, I love when Omer Sheik was on the squad. Dude.
Yeah.
It was like when he was coming up, and like no one really knew about him. He's just like really
Yeah.
awkward looking.
So,
Tall
do
white
you
dude.
think Felicio was supposed to be our new Ashik?
Yeah, I think so. and then he goes into the Olympics, and Felicio looks like a baller. Yeah, I like watching the Olympics. I'm like, Felicio, who's that guy? Oh, it's the
Yeah.
guy that the Bulls got.
His
Like,
baby Shrek.
why
That's
does
who
he
it is.
suck so much on the Bulls, and why does he look so good in the Olympics? Forget what team he was playing for. What is he from?
I do not know.
I think he's from Brazil.
It was. Yeah, I think you're right.
Because
Brazil.
one time I went to a game where he played. And, I don't know if he got that much playing time in that
Yeah.
game. But I remember sitting next to these girls from Brazil, and they had the flag, and they had jerseys on, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, Felicio.
Who y'all
jersey.
come to see? And
Yeah.
then I knew it was Felicio. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you got girls like this where you from, but you play like that? That's horrible, man.
That's why he's got that extra
Yeah.
motivation when he's in Brazil.
Yeah, but come on. We got girls like that here, too?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah,
Talking Brazil, man.
that's true.
So Uncle Bad Example. I mean, you got to see all of the Jordan era and like kind of see him get drafted and stuff like that. Where would you place the D Rose era kind of on your list of
like favorite squads for the Bulls?
It was definitely number 2.
Is that number 2 for you? Yeah.
When he came into the league, being the local boy, and it was really, really cool because there were so many other Chicago area guys, Isaiah Thomas, Doc Rivers, and stuff like that. They went and they played other places, Rose got to start his career here, and he was jacked about playing here. A little bit tough with his brother making some comments and stuff like that.
Reggie kind of messed some things up.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little bit awkward. But, I mean, he had all the skills, and he came in running, too.
Yeah.
So there was no, like, rookie growing period or anything. He was by far the most explosive leaper for a guy his size. He
Except
went to
for
the
when,
rack like he was angry at it.
That's what I loved about him, was that immediate, like, it factor. You saw him in the lane, like, make a little cross move and, like, get to the rim and then just, like, explode at it. It was like, oh.
Yeah.
Most guys don't do that. Like, that's a different kind of thing.
Him and Westbrook. That was it.
So quick off of 2 feet.
And could just elevate off of, like, nothing. Like,
Who was that coach that was when he first came into the league? His rookie year. Vinny Del Negro?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Vinny.
Remember he used to
some
sit
nice
him in
hair,
the fourth
though.
quarter?
Yeah.
Like, why are you
What's
doing
the point
this?
there? Yeah, he
What
was
the
playing, like,
fuck?
some vets and shit at that time.
He was tripping. But then he got
he
it
didn't
together.
keep his job very
Yeah,
much
not at all.
longer after
No.
Not at all.
No.
Because, we drafted the truth. And you want to sit him in clutch time? Like, come on.
In
You gotta get a
Chicago,
boy-
in his
yeah,
hometown and shit. It's like
What?
everyone came to see this kid play.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
This
what
is why we
everyone's
drafted
clearly
him.
here for.
And not drafted Michael Beasley. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, fuck.
Well, that whole draft was like Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf.
Yeah.
You were just waiting to see which way it was going to go.
Yeah.
And Michael Beasley,
Yeah.
they got a little Ryan Leaf in him.
Yeah.
So
Definitely did.
I remember that
it didn't help that
anticipation.
they brought in LeBron and Chris Bosh and
Right.
shit. But,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He played a little role in some of those teams, and he's definitely was never at a D Rose stat. I mean, D Rose won the freaking MVP.
And I kind of like seeing the bump for D Rose now at the end of his career here,
I love
too.
it.
Yeah.
He
I
had
love it. I
some
root
nice
for him.
minutes last year with Minnesota.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now with Detroit, he's standing
He's with the
tall
Knicks
again.
now. He's with the Knicks now. Six
He's
man.
back
yeah.
with Thibodeau.
Yep, back with Thibodeau. Six
They're
man.
saying every team that Thibodeau's ever coached, that D Rose has been on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's bald. I can see him getting six man this year too. if
That's
he
what I was
keeps
gonna
it
say.
up.
Wasn't he in the talks last year?
Yeah.
For a while.
Playing with Detroit. Hell yeah.
He's getting legit minutes, and that was other than like the Cubs or the Bears when they lost to the Packers in the NFC Championship game. That was that one hurt worse to me than the Super Bowl when they lost to the Colts. But
No,
I think
that one
third
hurt
on the
for me.
list of me being in pain as like a sports fan in Chicago was when D Rose tore his knee up the first time.
Oh yeah.
Was like that was like one of those things where you knew like that's the only thing that could kind of hinder a guy like this with this kind of explosion.
Yeah.
That like you get a couple knee injuries under your belt, like that's gonna take all that away. And that's why you're so magical.
That was
Yeah.
like seeing a racehorse get injured.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was so painful.
Yeah.
I remember that too. It's just like we were the 1 seed that year, so we would have like home court.
Yeah.
And it was like we were going to be going against LeBron again, and it was like we had a team that could beat them.
Yeah, we
They were
did.
We had a
We did.
squad that could
Yep.
beat them.
They were
And it was a
rolling into the
shortened season
playoffs,
too.
you know?
It was a shortened season. Yep.
We
So
were
it would've
rolling
worked
there,
out.
dude.
Hell yeah,
And
man.
that was
I
one of
cried
the
that
most
day.
painful things because I remember I was getting other people excited about the Bulls
Yeah.
again and stuff. I watched
The
every
buzz
game
was
that
back
year, and
in
I
the
was just
city.
like,
Yeah,
I
it
was
was.
so all on it. You know?
That was going to be the year for real.
Yeah,
That was going to
I mean,
be
they
the
had
year,
Jimmy
man.
Buckets there, and he was just starting to come up and come into his own there.
Joakim
Yeah,
Noah.
Joakim.
Luau was balling.
Luau, dang, yeah, he was a big player on
We
that
still
one.
had our good bench. Kirk was still there, right?
Yeah, yep.
He was balling too.
Kirk, what a consummate pro, and what like a bull, like a good bull on a bunch of
Yeah.
shit teams, and he was
Yeah.
like,
Well, he's a throwback
steady
to the
Eddie
John
kinda-
Mengelt days,
Yeah.
you know?
I like some Kirk.
Yeah, I always wanted his jersey. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Like they probably would have ragged on me. but
yes,
A little.
the Kirk Hire. Yeah,
little.
I wanted the Kirk. He was just an all around guy,
Captain
though.
Kirk.
Yeah, Captain Kirk,
Yeah.
man. He take the shots, make the shots.
And again, he was like the
Lockdown
whole
defender.
It
yeah,
was
like
basically
Kirk
like
was a
him and Ben Gordon in that like post Jordan era, were like
Yeah.
really some of the only like
yeah.
highlights. Ben Gordon, that was a fun story
Fucking
too. What
Ben
about
Gordon,
that
man.
Celtics series they had? I think it was the year the Celtics won it.
Yeah.
and they like took him into OT like twice, and like Ben Gordon was hitting like stupid
Yeah,
shots,
nuts,
like,
nuts.
shots. He would shoot him during the regular season. I'd be like, Ben, stop shooting
yeah.
these stupid
Yeah.
ass shots.
he did like a twirl the
pass
world,
the ball.
fucking
yeah, banking it
pop
and
jump. Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Oh my god,
Making him, yeah.
D Rose had a couple clutch shots in that series too, but they took him
Yeah.
to 7, and they like played him close.
Yeah. Very close.
Yeah, they
balled.
were the baby Bulls at that
Yep.
point. That's what
Yep.
everyone was calling them.
Yep.
Then they grew up, but then fucking LeBron and D Wade. I think we still could have beat them though. I think we got tired. They played us.
It was.
LeBron
it was
just
a
said,
minute.
"Hold my beer."
Yeah, that's
Pretty
it.
much. Pretty much. And again, I think that team, I forget what year that was, but that D Rose year when he first tore his knee up, I think that would have been our year. I think that was
Yeah.
our best chance. And I think that, honestly, I know it's a homer kind of pick and with a lot of bias here, but they had the best team in the league. They had the best record in the league.
Yeah.
And they weren't just like a flashy team that
They
scored
weren't.
a bunch. They were a defensive. They had the lowest points against that year.
Yep.
They were the best defensive
Took care
team
of
in
the
league.
ball, didn't
Yeah.
turn it
Yeah,
over.
I think Joe Keane won Defensive Player of the Year that year.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
they were
They
ballers.
balled. Yeah.
I mean, we had a team to beat them. And D Rose stays healthy there. I heard an interview from Joe Keane about 6 months ago or so.
Yeah.
And they bring that up to him, and he like almost starts crying. He's like,
Yeah.
"Man, I'm so mad about
Yeah,
that." He's
for
like,
real.
"We were there," and he like you hear his passion. Like he knew it. He
But
knew
then-
they were on the brink.
But
there.
then I always play devil's advocate, and I'm like, well, would it have popped anyway? Like, would he have tore it the next
Yeah.
game
you never know.
or
with
the
something
next
like that.
series? Like, fuck, that's something to think about.
That was one of the biggest ones that got away.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Oh
they
yeah.
were poised to do it and just snatched out from under.
Right.
Yeah.
from under him.
Quick as
Right
fuck.
on that ACL snap. It's right in between.
You know who
that.
I loved in a Bulls uniform though?
Who's that?
Nate Robinson.
Oh, that was great.
Come on.
That was
Superman.
Like the end of, like,
Yeah,
the-
remember that net series?
Yeah.
He was balling, man. Nate
He was
Robinson,
again
yeah.
hitting like bank shots and like
Yeah.
weirdo shit where he was just like shooting.
Cold-blooded scorer.
Yes, Nate
didn't
Robinson,
have the
yes.
biggest skills.
Yeah.
Didn't have the tools and the
Yeah.
gifts and everything. But man, did
Yeah,
he know
could
how
score.
to fill it up.
Yeah, and that block he had on LeBron, nasty.
I love when he had a bad game, like a bad shooting game in the playoffs, and they were like, "Oh, do you ever like get discouraged about shooting?" He's like, "I'm always hot."
Always.
Like, it's just, that's his mindset as a shooter.
Shooter
He's
shoot.
always hot. Shooter shoot. Just go out there and do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Like it'll come around. You're a good shooter. Like, but I mean, how about 3 dunk contests as a guy?
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3? Was it 3? I don't know.
Yeah.
What a couple dunk
Beat Dwight
contests.
Howard.
He did
Yeah.
beat Dwight Howard. Jumped over him.
But I mean,
In fact.
Dwight Howard didn't have any really good dunks.
No,
Let's
he
he
just
threw the
used-
ball in the rim on one wearing a Superman cape. Like,
yeah,
fuck
that was
outta
the most
here.
bogus
Raised
dunk.
the
Yeah,
bucket
raised
2
it up.
feet.
Yeah, come on, get the fuck
Like
out
you're
of
7 foot. You probably should be able
Yeah.
to get a 12-foot rim. And you're like the most athletic 7-footer
right?
of all time.
Come on,
But
dude.
why did that guy never like amount to anything? He got a ring last year, right?
He was stealing
Yeah.
those
He was on the
paychecks
Lakers last
after
year.
Yeah,
a
he's on the
while.
Lakers. Yeah.
But what a joke of like a waste of athletic talent.
Yeah.
Dwight was. Never seen a 7-footer with that kind of athleticism before.
Yeah.
Baby Shaq.
I mean, yes, baby
The
Shaq.
foot speed, the balance.
Yeah. Dwight looked
He just-
more ripped though.
He was
I felt
jacked.
Yeah, but he couldn't get a mid-range jumper to save his life.
Who,
And
Dwight?
I
Well,
think
none
that
of
was
those
his
big guys
fall.
had touch back then.
Yeah.
Now you see all those big Europeans shooting threes. Like, holy shit.
But the way when the Magic were running and they made it to the finals, who they lose to? The Spurs. They got swept that year, right? By the Spurs. It was a transition in the league coming at that time, and you had to shoot jumpers as a big man,
Yeah,
at
right.
least
There's
12
n-
feet out. You know, what I'm
There's
saying?
no
Like, come on.
true 5 anymore. There's no back to the basket. That
Yeah,
was
no.
the end of the back to the basket.
I mean-
was his prime.
Yeah.
Zion is pretty much the last guy, and that
And
dude's
he's
popping
shooting threes.
too. And he is. And he
big
was
as hell with the ugliest
Dude,
jumper.
and he was knocking a couple down the other night.
Yeah.
I turn on Pelicans games just to watch Zion, dude. I love watching that.
I
dude
like
play
Brandon
basketball.
Ingram though, man. He's a
Ingram's
baller.
good.
Yeah.
I like that he got off the Lakers.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a
Just
little.
imagine though if the Lakers would have kept that core. This is what I was talking about earlier, dude. Like they built this
Lonzo
core up of
Ball,
these ballers,
Ingram.
and then they sell them to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
Like fuck, man, keep these teams together. Let's see it from
But
that
now,
way
but
again.
now the Pelicans are basically taking that core that the Lakers built because
and
they got
building their own
Ingram
core.
and Lonzo.
Yeah, and Josh Hart.
Yeah, and then and Josh Hart's playing well too.
Yeah.
The guys can shoot from the 3 as well.
And Jordan Clarkson's on Utah balling as a 6-man right now.
Yeah.
Shit, come on, dude.
Yeah,
Lakers
they
could
did.
have
They
been
had
nice.
good pieces.
Yeah,
Well, they're pretty nice. I mean, they won it.
yeah, they
won it
did
last
win a chip. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I mean,
they got
It worked out
Anthony Davis.
okay.
it worked out okay, but fuck,
We have
man.
LeBron and AD.
Yeah.
But that's what you do with these guys chasing rings.
Yeah.
You mortgage the future for right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey,
saw it in
God
every
bless,
sport.
man. They got the title.
I mean, look at Cleveland now, though. I mean, they won
Covers
the
a little-
title. Now look at them.
covers a little bear.
Yeah, it's gonna happen again with the Lakers too. He's
It is.
gonna leave, and then the transition will start
Absolutely.
again.
And that's I'm curious.
That's
to
the
see,
new NBA.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see what LeBron does. I mean, how many years does he have left in that contract? What did he sign?
I think he's still signing 1-year contracts. I think
Is he?
1 or 2. Yeah,
because I'm curious to see. I always thought that he would finish his career off going back to Cleveland again.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
You don't think
Not
so?
a third time.
No.
This is what
They've
I
had
think.
enough.
Yeah, I think his son will get drafted. He's gonna go play with his son the first year, and then he's gonna retire.
Like Griff and
That's-
Griff Sr.?
yeah,
Which is the coolest thing in sports to me ever.
That's it.
To start in the same outfield
Yeah.
with your son.
Well, they got
That's
a.
badass, dude.
They've got a trivia question too. They hit back-to-back home runs in the
Yep.
same game.
Yep.
Yes,
They did.
I've
Sure
seen that,
did.
actually. And again, what a cooler thing! Like
Yeah.
you and your dad, dude.
Yeah.
You mean like staring at your like we can all think about our fathers, like
Yeah.
sitting in the outfield, like MLB, like look, oh, there's
What's up?
over there. Like that's so fucking
catching
cool.
him too.
Gordie Howe got to play hockey with a couple of his sons too. That's the
Nice.
only other
Yes,
sport, you know. And
So cool.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
NASCAR,
NASCAR,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Ellison's.
I don't know about that, but yeah. Let's just be real.
Come on, man. You got Bubba Wallace.
I
you got
mean, now
Bubba
we do,
Wallace.
yeah. And he runs with Jordan
and
too.
Jordan, I was just gonna say, Jordan
That's
just
mean
got in.
he'll never win.
Which is
because
hey, we're
Jordan's a
pulling it right
horrible
back into the-
executive.
We're just pulling it back into the old Bulls here.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
It all comes around.
Right back to Jordan. dude.
Exactly. It all comes back to Jordan, really. I mean,
At the end of the day.
It really does. It's why even like I was sitting at my house watching the Super Bowl, and I was like seeing Tom Brady dominate, and I say this thing to my brothers, and their wives are sitting there, and I'm like, I just don't want to hear like the MJ debate, and they're like, "What are you talking about? It's not even the same sport." I'm like, it's clearly because you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
And like, because it's a GOAT conversation.
Yeah.
It's like the overall GOAT.
But
You know,
I feel like MJ
I
is
still
the
feel like MJ.
MJ is the GOAT for 3 reasons.
Go for
One,
it.
you will never see another person in the world sell something that other people get killed over.
Yeah.
Never. That should end the
His shoes.
debate right there.
His shoes.
His shoes.
Yeah.
People get killed over
Yeah.
Jordan sneakers. I've never seen a yelling match over LeBron's. Never. Like, come on, dog.
Well, you'll never see anybody with the Finals MVPs.
Yeah.
And never
6 for
being
6.
taken to a Game 7.
Never
Yeah.
to say Game 7 either.
Never.
Is another
Those are
really
the ones
impressive.
that kind of lock it up. for
Closing
them.
time, baby.
It's closing time. Game 6, we done.
And so you said you had 3 reasons.
Yeah.
So, okay,
that
number
one
2.
right there.
Number
okay.
2.
Number 2. And number 3, same thing. Same thing.
Dylon.
Dylon. It's the same for all 3 reasons. Never.
All the
He
greats.
he has jerseys in the NBA right now with his logo on.
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's cool. Actually,
Like
yeah.
they have a series of jerseys
That's
with the
badass.
logo.
All the Hall of Famers that he stopped from getting a title. Chuck, peace.
Yes, we got
Malone,
3 reasons right
peace.
Yes.
Reggie
Absolutely.
Miller, peace.
there. Peace.
Yep. All
Greatest
of them guys.
greatest players. Charles Barkley.
That's what I said, Barkley.
He said,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So-
Barkley a few times though. Shit, Suns, Sixers.
Sixers, I was
He
gonna
was
say too,
stopping
yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. The only guys that ended up getting it was funny too, because when the 2 years that MJ left,
Olajuwon.
it was the
Both-
Rockets
yeah,
got both of them.
both of them.
So it wasn't like a lot of people won either.
Yeah.
There it was like Dominique and
Yeah.
Yeah. Ewing,
Clyde
yeah.
Drexler. They
Yeah.
played. They beat
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Blazers in there. Sean Kemp.
Yeah.
Gary Payton.
Everybody.
Well, Gary Payton got one with the Lakers, I think, at the end of his career. But
Yeah, but
definitely wasn't during
I
Jordan
mean,
era.
Yeah, he was there in the Jordan
Yeah,
era.
yeah.
Hell no. And they had a squad too when they came up
So
against
then,
them.
do we want to name the list of guys that have gotten rings while LeBron's been in at the top of his game? The first one I like to bring up is Dirk. Dirk's goofy ass with the second best player on the team was J.J. Barea.
Third best, Jason Terry.
Jason Terry was on the squad.
Wasn't old ass
No, I think-
Michael Finley still on the
I
team?
think Jason Kidd was on that roster too.
Jason Kidd was on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sean Marion.
Yeah, which is the
Maybe?
worst jump shot of
Yeah.
all time.
Man.
It's like,
We should.
how do you get in the league like that? Oh, how do you not get blocked every time?
Sean Marion got in the league for his defense and his height. That's it. His jumps and
He
his
could
defense.
board.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He grabbed boards. He'd dunk on you. He'd fake D. That shot though.
You know what I used to
I don't
love
know.
too was Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah.
I love me some
that
Amari.
Phoenix Suns team.
With Steve Nash and him at the lobby, they were
Yeah.
throwing.
And Stoudemire
they
got
were
paid
fun.
when he got traded from
He went to
or
the Knicks.
left to the Knicks.
Yeah.
And then they didn't do shit, just like the Knicks do. They just don't
That's
do
because
shit.
this is why the Knicks didn't do shit when they got Amari Stoudemire. Because they wanted to get Carmelo Anthony.
Yes.
Instead of Carmelo Anthony just shutting the fuck up and waiting till the end of the season, he would have went and signed with the Knicks with everything they had already.
Yeah.
They traded everything to get him because he wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Just be quiet. You'll be a free agency at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Just go over there and
And that's
play
what
with the
these
Knicks.
guys are doing now
Yeah.
to get the title. All right, I might have to eat some shit for a year,
Yeah.
but I'm out of here.
Just
Look
shut
at what
the fuck-
Brooklyn's doing.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to
Come
see
on.
that just
They gonna take the championship
I
this year.
think they might this year, but I
Nah.
think those egos and those
Nope.
three guys working
This is
together.
why.
You
This
think
is
those
why.
guys are going to work
I'm
together?
going to tell you the exact moment
All right.
they knew that this could work. When they said, James Harden, you're the one. Kyrie, you're the two. And Kyrie said, okay.
Because isn't Harden leading the league in assists right
Yes.
now? Yeah.
Kyrie he's not looking to pass the ball. Kyrie's looking to
wants to
score
be a
the
two.
ball. He wants to be a two.
Let him cut. Let him move
Let him.
around.
That's why him and
without the
LeBron
ball
work,
shit.
and
Yeah.
that's why he didn't work on the Celtics because he had nobody to be the one.
Right.
Yeah.
Kyrie's the scorer. Give him
Makes
the ball.
sense.
Let him score. Harden, he'll facilitate. He'll score when he needs to. That's why they're going to win.
And I do respect that about Harden's game. Like you saw him with the Rockets,
Yeah.
and you saw that he was like score heavy. It felt
Well,
like,
remember
he was getting
when
triple doubles and shit, but
when he was with OKC, wasn't he like 12 a
he
game?
was young
Yeah.
too, though. He was
Yeah.
pretty young in those days. He wasn't the Harden of now,
Yeah, he was.
you
Yeah.
know. But
But they did make it to the championship. Though.
but think about that
Yeah.
squad. It was
Yeah.
Russ, KD, and Harden.
And Ibaka balling.
And Ibaka was
balling.
Yeah, I mean, and then they lose to
with
LeBron?
Nick Collison.
Then they lose to LeBron and the Cavs.
Yeah, they left. Yep,
The
in the
Cavs?
championship. Yep.
Yeah, I was
No,
rooting
it was
for
the
that
Heat.
team.
It was the
Was it
Heat.
the Heat?
Yeah, they lost to the Heat.
Because I was definitely rooting for them hard.
Right? Yeah,
in that.
yeah, they lost
I
to
mean,
the
all
Heat.
young guys. It was homegrown.
Yeah.
OKC like drafted all those guys.
New in the league.
And now they have none of them.
None of them. None of them.
How does that happen? You don't keep.
It all goes to shit.
3 Hall of
The only
Famers.
thing Oklahoma City has right now is street outlaws.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
The 405.
Yeah, that's it. Nothing else.
God damn. That's got to be a painful fan base there.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
That hurts. Seeing those guys ball out now, 2 of the 3 with the Nets.
Yeah, right. But they
hurts.
still like us. The OKC gonna come out and watch them play all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who they have.
Yeah.
And right now their squad is, yeah. I mean, I think we got Billy Donovan because we saw what he did with them.
Yeah.
But he did have Chris Paul. He did have Russ and Paul George.
Yeah.
Like we don't have that right now. So I mean, good luck, Billy Donovan. But we got to get some people who have.
I think
less
this
glue on
new
their
GM
hands.
is going to do a lot of cleaning house.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get rid of some of the bad contracts.
Yeah, I
I
hope
think Zach's done
Yeah,
after this year.
probably.
I think that they're going to back up a little bit, and then they're going to start going forward.
Yeah.
I think he's going to instill a winning mentality on them. He's going to get them. They're playing with effort now that
Yeah,
they
yeah.
weren't playing before.
Oh yeah.
I agree with that.
So-
And again, some of these comeback wins, like it shows you that they're not giving up on games.
Yeah.
They have to change the culture, and that's what
It's
they're
slowly
doing.
happening.
And the Cubs did it, and you see it with other franchises and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the marquee franchises, they've got a winning mentality. Like they said, do it the Cub way, the Red
Talking
Sox
about the
way, or
Patriots
whatever.
way, and
Right,
the-
right,
like
right.
The Spurs, we talked about
Right,
that. Pop.
right. And that's what the Bulls are in the infancy of right now. And I think they're going to do it. I think they've done a lot of purging in the front office already, and they got a good coach now that the players are listening to. You know, it's just a matter of getting guys with skills now. They got guys that are overachievers now. They don't have basketball bodies. They don't have the skills, and they're behind the curve.
Yeah.
But they're going in the right direction.
Oh yeah. I believe they gotta trade Levine though. Don't let him just walk. Get that
Yeah.
value.
Yeah.
gotta get
He's scoring.
some kind
He's
of
scoring
value.
damn near 30 points a game right
Yeah.
now. Somebody
Don't
wants
let him walk.
Yeah.
No, that's for sure. Put him on a contender, and
Yeah.
he could be a 2.
Yeah.
You're in great shape.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's
so
going to end
let's
up in
get you
Phoenix.
to sign this axe here before we forget.
I
know
don't
we
know.
gotta
Him
get
and
you out
Devin
here
Booker
soon,
though, kind of an overkill, no?
Yeah, that's another guy that, because Devin Booker is the exact thing you're talking about with Kyrie.
Yeah.
Is that he's playing the 1 the last couple
Yeah.
of years, and like DeAndre Ayton, all these guys around, he's trying to facilitate, and he's not.
Yeah.
But then you can put Chris Paul in the mix,
And now
like,
look
you
at
can
what's
play the
going
2,
on.
And Devin Booker's a
They like
balling.
5th and 6th in the West right now.
Yeah, and they're
Balling.
winning, and they just
Yeah.
beat the shit out of someone good the other night.
The Pelicans, right?
Well, something
No?
better than that. They just beat a good team the other night. I forgot who it was. But yeah, they're playing good ball. I mean, and they're fun to watch.
Zach
Yeah.
Levine's going to put somebody over the top.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think
I believe
think a
that.
team like who could really use Zach Levine.
Send his
right
ass to
now?
Portland.
Dallas.
Portland. Oh, actually, Portland would be a good
Dallas would be nice too. Dallas would be nice.
Dallas could
Him
make
and Luka.
sense. Yeah, Dallas could make sense.
Yeah.
I would really like to see him in Portland though.
Him and
With
Dame.
Dame?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and Dame finally gets somebody that could do something to help him out.
Yeah. Because Levine.
I still
He
don't know
needs
if
a
they have
Robin
enough
to his
get over the
Batman.
top,
Yeah, he
but
does. And CJ McCollum's not that. I know they boys, but
He's a nice third piece though.
yeah. See, bring one of them off the bench
Yeah.
as a hot hand.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, we want to get Justin Grant on this axe here. Just adding another signature to this baby.
Oh yeah, I'm in this bitch.
You do got.
We in that like swimwear.
I can hold this for you too.
Nope,
if you need.
I can
You
hold
good?
it,
You got
dog.
it. You got it. Well, it's rolling. Are you trying
Don't
to get
hold my
You
wood.
trying to? Don't put a hand on another man's wood. All right. Yeah. See, there's some of these spots left here are on the round part, so you got to get creative. You got to get steady.
Looks like
There we
some
go.
of your previous guests have dyslexia.
That's what it is.
We're filling it up, though. I'm very proud of Axl Rose here. Isn't that what was right? Yeah, this is Axl Rose. We're very proud of this now. It really shows off how many people we've had on the show because you don't sign twice. We've only had a man to do that because some unforeseen things that had happened. But we won't go into details. So, as far as who's taking it this year, you said the Nets. You kind of feeling it?
I feel the Nets will take it this year. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I got
And you think
them
they're going to
taking it,
be
man.
playing against LeBron?
I could see them playing against the Lakers, or I could see the Jazz squeaking in.
The West
But
has gotten a little watered
The
down
West,
now.
yeah, a little bit.
They
bit.
weren't as
I could
powerful
see
as they were the last couple years.
if Anthony Davis and this Achilles don't work out.
That's tough for them.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Because they don't have another Anthony
Sixers?
Davis. Yeah.
No,
I can see the Sixers giving the Nets
Utah?
some go. But yeah.
Those are
Utah,
my
I like
two-
Utah.
Those are my two favorite watches this season.
Utah and the
The
Sixers?
Sixers and Utah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watch all the Blazers games when they're on TV. I love watching the Blazers, man.
No, I do
Dame
too.
Lillard,
Can't sleep, can you?
Yeah, that's what it
You
is.
gotta
Hell
watch
yeah.
him
I
at
gotta
10.
watch him, dude. 9:30. Let's go. I'm up and
I
at
do
'em.
like that actually because I'll watch that primetime slot game,
Yeah.
and I'll be thinking to myself, "My gosh, shit, what am I going to watch?" And I'm like, "Oh, another game's on."
Yeah.
and all it takes for me is like one guy that I really like.
Yeah.
Like I watch Pelicans games
And I'll
just
stay
to
up.
watch Zion.
Right.
I watch
Yeah.
Portland games just to watch Dame.
Yeah.
Like. And sometimes I'll tape them, I'll go to other shit, and so I can zoom through the parts when like they're not playing, like
Yeah.
beginning of like the fourth quarter or something like that.
Hell yeah.
Like I'm not interested when Dame's not on the floor.
Yeah, nah. Like my homie gave me his shout out to my homie. He gave me his NBA League Pass.
Oh, now you're
Yeah.
talking.
But before that though, I was at
What's
the
a password and username?
Oh shit. Them things is confidential. But I would go over to the missus' house because she has a Hulu with
you're
live
talking.
TV.
There you go.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, you need to because there's only I get mad sometimes because I'll go to look at my Comcast and it'll
Yeah.
show me a couple games. Oh, I want to watch that, and it's like not available.
Nah,
I
not
can't
at
watch
all.
it.
I can watch all
Sucks.
that shit now.
That's nice. That's
Except
real.
for I hated. Okay, if I have League Pass, they'll black out the Bulls games.
No shit.
Yeah, because they want you to watch it on the
Local.
local channel. Yeah. Fuck the local channel. No, just give me my game when I want my game.
So if it's
dude.
on League Pass like that, is it still the same announcers? Or they got different guys announcing them, like a red zone.
it'll
type
be
situation?
it'll be their announcers for their game, whatever theirs is. You can watch it on
Okay.
either. So like if I'm watching Hornets and Pelicans, I'll have a Hornets, I have Pelicans,
Okay,
or I
you
can
watch
do mobile
either-
view and just get like two other people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Is there
Yeah.
like a stream? There's like two people that
Or
aren't on.
random ass like
Okay.
whoever's on that League Pass.
Because that
day,
might
yeah.
make you watch a certain way. I like Stacey
Yeah.
King.
I love
but that
Stacey
new
King,
guy they
yeah.
got him paired with kind of sucks. Neil
Yeah, I don't
Funk
like
was
him.
Yeah,
the
it's
shit.
hard to
Yeah.
listen to.
Neil Funk
Yeah.
was a great back and forth with Stacey.
Yeah.
And now I don't even know the guy's name, but he
I
kind of
don't
sucks.
know. But sometimes he'll
I don't
try
like
to
him.
say shit at the same time as Stacy, and then I hear Stacy pause for a second.
Yeah.
Like, didn't nobody tell you to try to say
Yeah,
that shit with
like,
me?
you're a fucking rookie here. He's like giving the rookie treatment. Like, who are you? And they're sitting like 9 feet apart, so he's probably
Yeah.
looking down the way. And I'm like, what
Like, I
the
see
fuck?
you, motherfucker.
Can you imagine if you was sitting next to him, you'd probably
Right.
punching him in the ribs or something.
Neil Funk was the shit, though, man. He
Neil
always had
Funk
the
was
best
great.
three-piece suits, too, dude.
Oh, I mean, old white
Bulls.
guy.
Yeah,
And
right.
you have Stacey King sitting there, like the lingo and like the
Yeah.
juxtaposition was between these two guys. It was like
Yeah.
a great little marriage they had.
Yeah.
The Bulls have
Bridging
had
gap.
some great announcers
Yeah.
through the
Yeah.
years. Jim Durham, Bob Costas got his start as a
Yeah.
Bulls
Oh, did he
announcer.
really?
Hell yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
See, you guys are youngsters, man.
Yeah.
This is before Hulu and all this stuff.
Hulu has live sports.
You guys are talking Hulu. All I hear is Charlie Brown's teacher talking. Live stream, huh?
Really?
Yeah, Bob Costas got his start. Might have been late 70s as a Bulls announcer, man.
Nice.
We talked about that in the last
The documentary, yep.
Yeah.
He faked his audition when he started in the ABA. This is how old I am. Let me crack my bones. All right. He was the St. Louis ABA announcer. He faked his audition tape when he was at the University of Syracuse. He was so young, he turned the bass all the way up and the treble all the way down for his audition tape because they thought he was older. He showed up and he had like bus money still. He was like a kid. And then he went from there to being a Bulls announcer.
Nice.
That's how
Fuck
Bob
yeah,
Costas
dude.
got his start.
I'm hoping I get my start off of here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
look me up. You know?
Absolutely. I mean, look at this dope ass.
Yeah,
hoodie
you
he's
know
got
what I'm
on,
saying?
too.
Man,
Show
come
the
on.
back.
Yeah,
of
the
that thing. That back is
back-
sweet.
the best part.
The back is sweet.
I couldn't tell you showed me earlier if that was like printed like that or if that was like actually stitched on the way kind of look.
This one right here.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, there you go. Go deep.
Go deep.
It's like stitched on. I like it. You can see it. Yeah. Perfect.
It's also an innuendo too.
Yeah. Got past the Warren spot, did you?
Okay. Well, I don't know where you're sitting on time. I know you told me
What time
about
is it?
work.
Oh
It's,
shit! Yeah, I do have to
getting a little
work.
late.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna throw the sponsors in at the end. I want to say one more time because they're not on the feed.
Yeah.
Is Dave Casey with Casey's and Mike's Meat Markets. Thank you guys so much again. These
got
guys
good
are
meats.
jumping out, giving us some new stuff. He was excited about it. He's also talked about sponsoring the meats for our Superfans episode when Matt Cassane's coming back out to do our homage to the old SNL Superfans.
Nice.
Support
Wow.
local
Yeah.
business during
Yes.
COVID.
Yes.
Absolutely
Hell yeah.
do that. All right.
Yes,
That's what it's all about. And these guys are seeing what we're doing and they're happy to jump in and give us some stuff for free. So we really
Heck yeah.
appreciate that.
Shout
and
out Mike and his meats.
guess what? I mean, they gave us some delicious dips tonight.
That dip
Yeah.
was fantastic.
Yes.
yeah. So I think they might get a couple more sales off of that. I know a couple people tonight that hadn't tried it that were pretty into it.
I'm
So,
a happy man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Oh, yeah. JPL, one more time,
Yeah.
too, for coming out and clearing the driveway tonight. Kept us warm while we were out there. Only reason that my feet aren't frostbitten was because of that. I was losing the feeling, but
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Wasn't my feet.
I didn't get to. We've already documented your taint coldness. enough on this
Hashtag
episode.
save tanks.
So thanks again, JPL and Jim, for coming out and doing that for us. Justin, he's going to be back out in the future here.
Yes, yes,
He's
yes.
excited about it. He's having a good time tonight.
Rookie
Yeah,
debut.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
rookie
And we
debut.
didn't
Did I
even
do a
haze him
good
or
job? I hope
nothing,
so, man. You know? I came out, I did some smiling, some talking, some laughing,
Absolutely. It was
some
good.
eating.
I was trying to make you cry. I try to give the full experience every time
Yeah.
people are here.
True.
Laugh, cry. You know,
You've had a full day.
Yeah,
Jimmy B. That's a basketball
Full
thing.
day.
Absolutely. All right. We will see you soon. Bonfire Banter signing out. Keep stoking those fires.
Space is real.
Bonfire Banter. We want to give a special shout out to all of our sponsors. Since day one, York Furrier has been helping us out, supporting us on social media, gave us some fantastic hats. What could be better than that? Keep me warm all winter long around this fire. Since 1931, they've been a locally owned and operated purveyor of exceptional furs, fine outerwear, and unique accessories. Check them out in downtown Elmhurst on York Road. The finest fur establishment, furry, that you're going to find anywhere in Chicagoland area. That's where the stars are going when they're filming in Chicago. They're going to York Furrier. So check them out. Thanks again for all your support. More Brewing Company. Big thank you to them. They've been letting us try some of their amazing craft beers. They're out in Huntley is their main establishment with most of their brewing equipment on Auto Mall Drive. You can also check them out in Villa Park on Villa. My new favorite beer is actually by them, Partially Cloudy. So thank you so much for turning me on to this one, and thanks for your support, More Brewing Company. If you're looking for unique craft beers and artfully crafted food, go check them out. Again, supporting local business is what this is all about right now. JPL Property Services, keeping us warm around the fire with that full face cord. Thank you so much to Jim for dropping that off. If you're looking for anything from landscaping to snow removal, look no further. Jim will get you taken care of. JPL Property Services. Check them out on Facebook. And lastly, Jay and Jill Create. That's our art director, Jay. Jay and Jill Create pretty much print you anything you want. T-shirts, mugs, ornaments, gifts, whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for something creative, give them a call. Jay and Jill Create. Check them out on Facebook as well. As always, thank you to all of our sponsors. And here's to us, hoping we can get a few more. Bonfire Banter. We'll see you soon.